She said it was a gift, a break. I needed a 7-day cruise, first class, no phone calls, no meetings. You've been working too hard, she told me, brushing my cheek with the kind of tenderness that once made me forget who I was before her. Her voice was velvet, her eyes steady, practiced. I believed her until I didn't. I found out 2 hours before boarding. The travel agent called asking if I wanted the return flight cancelled as requested. I froze. As requested, he said again politely, oblivious to the crack running down my spine. I hung up, stared at the ticket on my desk. One way. That's when the noise inside me stopped. The panic, the disbelief, all of it. Silence, that sharp, cold kind, took its place. All right, I thought, if that's what you want, but you're going to regret this. We met 12 years ago at a conference in Singapore. She was the keynote speaker, sharp, magnetic, terrifyingly composed. I was a consultant back then. She was already a name. When she smiled at me during Q&A, I mistook calculation for interest. When she laughed at my nervous jokes, I mistook dominance for warmth. We built an empire together. Or rather, I built it and she put her name on the door. She was the face. I was the backbone. But power is a strange perfume. Once she got used to the scent, she stopped noticing who bought the bottle. The first sign came 6 months ago. Her phone face down more often than not. Her meetings suddenly off-site. The laughter that used to start with me began somewhere else. Then the transfers started. Small at first, then bolder. Company funds rerouted into a shell corporation under her maiden name. The same one she said she never used anymore. I traced it quietly. Every dollar, every signature. I didn't confront her. I documented. Then came the cruise. I packed the suitcase, smiled when she kissed me goodbye, and walked out the door like a good husband. But I didn't board the ship. I went home instead. Watched her location ping from her office to a downtown hotel, Suite 1408. Same hotel we used to escape to when everything was still good. Poetic. I didn't storm in. I waited in the lobby cafe, nursing a black coffee and my own restraint. 2 hours later, they walked out. Her and the CFO. My CFO. He looked nervous. She didn't. That told me everything about who planned what. I didn't follow them. Didn't need to. By then, I already had enough. Enough to bury them both in silence. The next morning, I called a friend, a lawyer, who owed me. We spent 6 weeks in the shadows. I rewrote the ownership structures, shifted control clauses, and reinstated the dormant mutual dissolution clause she never bothered to read when I drafted it. If one partner commits financial misconduct, all shares revert to the other. Simple, legal, lethal. By the time she boarded her private jet for a conference in Zurich, the company's accounts were locked under my authorization. Her credit lines frozen, her properties seized as collateral, her name stripped from the company site overnight. It was the perfect crime done by the book. And all she'd done was buy me a one-way ticket. She came home 3 days later, confused, furious, beautiful even in ruin. "What did you do?" she demanded, storming into the study. I looked up from the chair she used to call mine. "I just followed your lead," I said. "One-way trips, right?" Her jaw tightened. "You think you can destroy me?" I smiled. "You already did that. I'm just writing the ending." She tried threats first, then tears, then silence. But silence doesn't scare a man who's already lived inside it. When she realized I'd done it legally, irreversibly, she sank into the leather chair, the same one she'd sat in while signing away everything she thought she owned. Her hands trembled, not from guilt, but from disbelief that I'd beaten her at her own game. I let her sit with it. Let the truth unravel in real time. "You sent me on a cruise to disappear," I said quietly. To make it look like I drowned, maybe a storm, an accident, something clean. Her eyes flickered just for a second. The tiniest confirmation. That was enough. I didn't drown, I said. You did. It's been 3 months now. The company thrives under my name again. Her name barely trends anymore, except in those hollow business blogs that feed on scandal. She's living quietly somewhere in Bali, I hear. Or maybe that's just what she wants me to think. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm not her ghost anymore. I'm the mirror she broke and couldn't glue back. Sometimes I look at that unused cruise ticket framed now above my desk. The ink's faded, but the destination's still clear. One way. She meant it as an ending. I made it a beginning. And that's the thing about betrayal. You can only bury a man once. After that, he learns how to dig.